was having a rather lovely conversation with my mom this morning, and it prompted me to start this recording. So, today I want to talk about how telling the truth changed my nervous system, how it changed my relationships, and even my finances. I want to go down the rabbit hole of talking about truth and being honest today. It occurred to me that ever since I started telling the truth, a lot of good things started happening to me. I attract more people now, and more opportunities are coming my way. I'm always supported just in time when it comes to monetary resources. I feel fully, completely aligned with what I'm supposed to be doing because of how much peace I'm feeling consistently on a regular basis. That's my kind of baseline or comparison. But if you think about how much time a day you spend having a conversation in your head with either a boss, your partner, a sibling, a family member of any sorts, just conversations that are hypothetical, fiction in your mind, which is probably confrontations that you should be having, conversations that should be had, as opposed to having its own existence in your mind, creating a whole turmoil in your nervous system in itself. And yeah, it just dawned on me as I was talking to my mom that telling the truth is incredibly liberating. Just saying it as it is, just have that uncomfortable conversation, get that conversation out of your head and into the real world. The sooner you can do that, the more liberated you will feel. I started telling the truth a while ago where I had to just make, for me, it was for redemption. Honestly, I had to let go of versions of myself in the past that I wasn't proud of or that I realized that was detrimental. And then there's this own side of it itself that, like, I keep referring to it as like a side of me that I'm not proud of. And that's the parts that I have to forgive. Like, those are the parts of myself that I have to recognize that, like, hey, you cannot perform better without awareness of what you're doing incorrectly or seemingly wrong. and it took me a really long time to realize all of that. But it all started by telling the truth, be honest with myself about who I really was, look myself in a mirror and just agree that, okay, I've done stuff and it hurt people, and now I have to decide whether or not I want to be that kind of person who hurts people. And the answer was pretty clear. I didn't want to be that person. And then I had to start with acknowledgement and just see myself for who I was and just be like, okay, no, no more, no more from today on. And with that ability to just say how you really feel and be honest, comes a lot of liberation. I felt a huge relief in knowing that it is up to me alone. And with the years that has gone by, I have been creating this unwavering faith and confidence in myself because I continue to witness myself accomplish again and again and again and again. So at this point, I always trust myself to do what I say that I'm going to do. And it's just a lot easier to show up in the world when you're truthful of who you are and you're not ashamed of the parts of yourself that society wants you to be. An example of that might be that from the outside, it looks like I live with my parents at 30. I live with my brother and my brother's wife. I don't pay rent because I don't have a job. And I'm completely betting on myself in a sense that I'm betting on this podcast, I'm betting on my book, I'm betting on my project and the creative side of me. I'm working every single day, but I'm not earning anything as of right now. And the truth is, I'm not even afraid. I'm sure it's nerve-wracking for a lot of the people around me, but that's what alignment feels like. I'm doing what I love, And consistently, the universe keeps telling me that I am taking care of you no matter what. Like when I started getting low on money, other ways, other monetary resources showed up for me in ways that I hadn't anticipated, such as taxes and the stock market. I mean, things happen all of a sudden. I'm like, I have more resources. So, and all of it happens just at the right time. And I find it incredibly fascinating. And I really wanted to share this with you because I want to encourage you to be more truthful. Be more truthful about where you can improve things, because the answer is very often at you. If you're upset with so many people around you, like your behavior reflects on the people around you, vice versa. So be mindful of like who you spend your time with too. And if you're surrounded by liars, then chances are you have a loose relationship with lying. But if you're surrounded by authentic, truthful people, chances are you're approaching life a lot more like that. So look at your circle and then mirror it back to you and ask yourself where you are responsible, and start by telling yourself the truth and then start by telling everyone else the truth. But I know that there's a lot of people who find that incredibly scary, and the truth is it is scary and it is uncomfortable. But you have to do it again, and then you have to do it again at some time when you're ready again. Like you just have to start somewhere. Start with one truth at a time. But the more we can show up truthfully into the world, I mean, just stop having all of these conversations in your head, have them in real life and get it over with and done with. Like think about like a conversation. Let's say you've been spending weeks and days or like hours on hours on this conversation in your head. And it's like you could just have confronted the person in question, and then it would have been done and over with, and all that time was rumination. It doesn't help you, it doesn't serve you. I mean, it's how you spent it, but it doesn't serve you. What serves you is the real confrontation. That's where strength is built, because doing uncomfortable things more and more times, like it's you get comfortable with it. It's just how it is. We're always gonna get better when we do a lot of something, but we are poor at the things we never do. That's just, I was gonna say physics. That did not feel like the right word for it, but it's just that started comparing it to working out in my head, and yeah, here we are. Anyways, oh gosh. Well, I hope this encouraged someone. I felt really encouraged talking to my mom this morning, because every day when she's asking me like, "How are you now?" I'm always like, "Dude, I'm peaceful. I'm good. I'm doing really well. I'm really happy with how happy I am." And we are drawing comparisons, because very often when I've been home, a lot of the conversations that my mom and I used to have around the table was around my anxiety, and how all of my relationship was heavily tied with a shit ton of anxiety. And for the first time in my life, I'm in love, but there's no anxiety attached to it. It's amazing. I've never experienced that before, so I'm really happy right now. And there is another example of when you have to be truthful to honor yourself and your commitment. The more truthful I am, the more I just say everything that I think and have the conversation. Like, because in a relationship, you're going to have some uncomfortable conversations, dude. If you're wondering why you're unhappy in your relationship, you're probably avoiding a conversation. And that's not serving any of you. Just sit across the person you love and say their truth. It's the most honorable thing you can do. And as a an individual who gets to hear the truth from someone, even when it hurts you, honor the fact that they were truthful, because that is the kindest thing they could have done. And but I know a lot of people are afraid of hurting other people, therefore they just don't say it. Either they stay silent and is compliant in that way, or they just agree with you. Agreeable people can be very dangerous. They might not give you the opportunity to be the best version of yourself. I feel like I went on a tangent there, but isn't this what podcasting is? Me just rambling about the things that are crossing my mind, and then I catch another thought and I jump on that wave. Jesus, I wonder I sound schizophrenic sometimes. I said that wrong. Schizophrenic? Is that how you pronounce that? Anyways, you're gonna have to be truthful in any of your relationships. So if you have a conversation going on inside of your head today, have that conversation with the person in question ASAP. Do yourself a favor. And sometimes you have to start with yourself. Just recognize where you're accountable for some of these miserable things in your life. If there's a pattern that follows you, you're partaking in it somehow, but you might not be aware of the reason why. You might not have analyzed the people around you and the possibilities of something looking slightly differently and people being more happy and authentic. Yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap it up there. But that was nice for me. I really enjoy. I really enjoyed this little venting session of mine, and I hope that some people listen and are encouraged and somehow feel heard and challenged and encouraged to do something differently and change the pattern and start with being honest. Because when you have a lot of honest conversations, a lot of beautiful things happen. And now that I'm being way more honest in my relationship about what I need and what I want, I get exactly that. Because I'm also starting to understand that men actually just want to make me happy. And when they know what makes me happy, that's what they'll do. I don't know how. I've always believed that this was so hard, but I think I just have to start letting men be of service to me and not just learn to do everything myself. Because I remember growing up with a mother who were responsible for every task in the home, and I thought that was my task. I needed to know everything. I needed to know how to do everything. But I think that I can allow myself to want things from men and actually dare to receive it. And once I started getting in that mindset of things, a lot of beautiful things happened. And that started with me being honest with myself about what I want. Yeah, I'm going to wrap it up here. I think I said that earlier. Have a wonderful day. And as always, stay curious and get to know yourself better.